This is an introduction to medical terminology, and my name is Aria and Jafari, and I'm going to be presenting you the first chapter of medical pre medical the Latin language introduction. I just received the booklet for pre med students for medical terminology, and the first chapter is briefly talking about nouns in Latin language. Nouns are basically what you call different things in different languages. So in every language, anything that exists is called with a particular word that's called a noun. And like other languages in Europe, unlike English, Latin has genders for different words. Uh, that are masculine, feminine, and neuter, and these nouns are these nouns exist basically in different forms. For example, you can call them singular and plural for like other languages as well. And upon different meanings, these words or nouns are divided into these four categories that we see with cases that as I've written in the presentation. So we have nominative, accusative, genitive, and ablative forms of different nouns. But this chapter is mostly talking about the nominative form of nouns. That's basically the basis and the root of each noun, as we're going to talk about here in this chapter. So I just wanted to also mention that the basis of language in medicine is upon Latin language, and this basis has evolved throughout the time in a way that people can understand, or like doctors can understand the structures or these terms better, but still, the worldwide language of medicine is Latin. So it's really important. I'm just emphasizing that it's really important to know the basis of the language to be able to understand the terms and what's going on in medicine better later on. And these nouns that I already mentioned, denominative forms, are divided into these five declension. So basically, all the nouns in Latin language are divided into these five categories. And we're going to see specifically how they end up being in a particular group. And we are going to also mention some examples, some medical examples in the next slide. So the first one is mostly feminine words in Latin language that end with a. And the second declension would be mostly masculine and neuter genders that end with us, and on. And the third declension there will be no logical reasoning. So basically, these this any words with any gender and any ending can end up in this third declension, and this third declension is the one which include the most words in Latin language out of these five groups. And the fourth one would be about mostly masculine and neuter nouns that end with us and u. And a fifth declension would be mostly feminine that end with s. Okay. And the thing is, these genders and these endings have to be memorized. And throughout the time, you are going to learn which words are going to end up in which declension by time and by practice. So there's like no logic behind these divisions. And here I've prepared a table of the five different declension, and I have specifically mentioned each ending with its particular gender. For example, on the first declension, we said the words that end with a, and they're mostly feminine. As you see, I've also written something else next to the word after a comma. I've written ae, and this is the dictionary form of the Latin words that you see in dictionary. So basically, what happens is that you like students have to learn the singular and the plural format together. So, for example, we have the word scapula here, which is a feminine word in the first declension. And I've also added AE at the end. So when you want to use this, um, use this word as in a plural format. For example, you want to say two scapula. You don't say two scapulas. You said two scapulae, and this is this is the way that works for all the words that we're going to see. So, for example, in the second declension, we have we already mentioned that we have mostly masculine and neuter, and the ones that end with us, and on. So for us, masculine words that end with us, for example, like humorous. Okay, humorous is a masculine word in second declension. That if you want to use it in plural format, you have to say humori instead of humorous. Okay, you just take out the ending that is for the singular form, and then put the other ending that is for plural format, if that makes sense. For example, we have the form olecranon, which olecranon is basically a part of the uh, part of part of your radius. No, it's a part of ulna. Just like the knowledge kind of flies up my brain. So it's a part of ulna, and the olecranon is the singular form of the second declension. And if you want to use it in a plural format, you say you take out the on at the end, and you say olecronai, and this is the plural format. I know at the beginning it's kind of difficult, but students need practice. There are like practices in the book and stuff. You can learn from those, and it's going to be easier with time. And the third declension that I already said without any particular reasoning. So there is any ending with any gender, but if you want to use it in a plural format, you have to add is at the end. And the fourth declension also is like that. So masculine and neuter, which is mostly in this declension, and the endings are us and u. As you see also on the second declension, we have also the same ending as masculine words in fourth declension. So we have two masculine formats for second and fourth declension. But there is a difference in the plural formats of both. So as we see in the second declension, we in this in the for masculine words that end with us, for the plural format we have to add an I at the end. But here on the fourth declension we have to add us at the end for masculine in plural format. And this is the thing that that has to be learned throughout the time and practicing with different medical terms, as we're going to see in practices in the book, and also you're going to see as you learn different subject that has to deal with a lot of names, for example, anatomy. And also at the end, we have the fifth declension, which is mostly feminine, and the words that end with S. And in the plural format, you have to add EI at the end. So this is the another this is another the photos that I have prepared for you guys. From KenHub, and it shows different structures in radius, and one is femur and one is in the arm. So these are different names that you can see how Latin language is used in medicine in daily basis, and it's very important to understand and memorize these nouns, as you're gonna have to deal with it later on with different subjects. And thank you very much for your attention.